Joe Meisner is a lieutenant colonel, American Vietnam veteran, who now helps with the resettlement of Vietnamese refugees. He's made numerous trips to Vietnam and works closely with the community. As he says, we are all immigrants at some point, and that's what will help this city again build its strength. Joe is an attorney for the Legal Aid Society, who provides legal assistance to the poor. Joe will be inducting Dr. Dieu Thuc. Joe?
It's an honor for me to be here tonight to talk about my friend Boxy Doe, Dr. Doe. Dr. Doe comes from two traditions in Vietnam, well known, and either one, his accomplishments would qualify him for tonight's honor. The first tradition is military. Dr. Doe served in the Vietnamese Army, became a major, served for 10 years. He also was elected to city council in Rakia, which is down in the lower part of the Delta, and he became the chairman there of the city council. And he had ideas for how that city could be improved, including reclaiming the land from the ocean. His ideas were so good that after '75, when the government changed, the new government wanted his ideas. And we've been back to Rakia and seen what has happened because of Dr. Doe's ideas to make that a better city, even if it is under a communist government. Dr. Doe served in the Vietnamese military, and then in '75, a lot of newcomers came to the United States, and Cleveland benefited from that. And Dr. Doe was one of those. And Dr. Doe came to me. I was here in Cleveland working with the new Vietnamese community, and he said, I want to join the military. He wanted to join our military. And he became a U.S. Army officer in the medical corps and became a major. And in 1990, I got a call from his wife, Thuy. Thuy, would you stand up back there? Thuy, there she is. I got a call from Thuy. This was 1990 in the summer. Maybe some of you can go back to those days. And she said, you know what they've done? I said, what do you mean they? She says, the government. I said, what have they done? She says, they called my husband up to go to the Gulf War. And I kept waiting for Thuy to say thank you to me for having swore her husband into the military. Anyway, to this day, I'm still waiting for thank you. Dr. Doe, of course, when he was inducted, he gave us all $1. That's what a new U.S. Army officer does. And he served in the Gulf War, and then came back to Cleveland and resumed his medical career. And he did stay in the reserve as well. So for his military tradition, his background, that alone would be enough to bring him to tonight's honor. And he was only carrying out, the military traditions of Vietnam. If you know the military traditions of Vietnam, 2,000 years ago, there were two women, the Trung sisters, who had military careers and led Vietnam in its first effort at independence. And of course, Vietnam had another general, Trung Huynh Dao, and Trung Huynh Dao, he was one of the few generals in the world that ever beat the Mongolians. So when we had Dr. Doe in the Vietnamese army, and then had Dr. Doe in the American army, we were getting the very best of the military traditions of Vietnam. Now, not only did we have the military tradition, but we had another tradition, the medical tradition. In Vietnam, in Saigon, they have a very famous work of art. It's a big, huge tree which has been implanted with the names of the 100 most famous doctors. Vietnam has a 4,000-year medical history, and there's 100 doctors listed there. And I picked out just 3 of them to tell you a little bit about because Dr. Doe personifies all 3. One of them was Dr. Thu Tin. And Dr. Tin's ideas were that the doctor serves and helps the patients. And the care the doctor provides is the care for that individual patient. Not just 5 pills, not just let's do surgery, but what is needed by that patient. And Dr. Doe, in all of his medical career here in the Cleveland area, has been primarily at Grace Hospital. And that's the kind of medical care he's provided to every one of his patients, a care directed at helping that individual patient. A second doctor that's in that list of 100 there in Saigon is Dr. Hai Thuy Lan. Now, Dr. Lan, his idea was that medicine serves certain moral and ethical guidelines. Who do we have in that tradition? Hippocrates. Maybe some of the doctors have forgotten that oath, but Dr. Doe never has forgotten that medicine serves high ethical values. And so in all of his work as a doctor, he's always made certain that he has served those ethical goals. And finally, another doctor that I like to recall, Dr. Pham Kong Phan. And here's where Dr. Doe truly excels, and so does Grace Hospital. Who do we have? Mr. Raines is here tonight?
Yeah.
Would you please stand from Grace Hospital?
Yeah.
Where is he? There he is. He has kept alive, along with Dr. Doe as the physician there, has kept alive the tradition of a hospital that's in a community and serves that community. Anyway, Dr. Pham, he served all. Rich, poor, whatever race, whatever religion, whatever background, he would serve them all. And that's been the goal that Dr. Doe has followed here in Cleveland. So, for his military traditions and career, and his following of the medical traditions in his medical career, Dr. Doe doubly deserves your honor tonight. Before, though, I sit down, I must introduce a couple of people. Where are his 3 children? Francis, Stephanie, Jennifer, would you stand up? And Stephanie and Jennifer have their beautiful allies on this evening. We always call Stephanie, you see, this is big Dr. Doe. And we call Stephanie little Dr. Doe. She's studied and she's now a pediatrician. So Dr. Doe, and the reason I bring up his family is that for Dr. Doe, his first service is to God, and I'm going to mention that last. His second, though, is his family. His family means everything to Dr. Doe, and that's why he has, in Cleveland, been such an outstanding physician, because he's serving people who are patients in their own families. So, on behalf of his family, I'd like to thank them very much, and they deserve this honor tonight as well. And then finally, I want to mention Dr. Doe's religion. He is a Catholic, and as a Catholic, Dr. Doe has practiced his religion with his family, has served his God, has served his church, and we have here his parish priest. Father Lan, would you stand up? Father? And the reason I mentioned Father Lan, way back in the days when we were first welcoming, and as Al Ratner said, we've got to welcome new immigrants, we were welcoming the people from Vietnam. And we had about 10,000 to 15,000 people go through Cleveland. Anyway, Father Lan was the first priest here, and he was one of the main leaders in the Vietnamese community. And another leader that also has known Dr. Doe for 25 or 30 years is Ms. Yawa. Ryan, would you please stand? Where's Ms. Ryan? And the reason I mention Ms. Ryan is because, you see, she has not only listened to Al Ratner, she has carried out his mission. She alone has brought 40 members of her family to our city. And she still has another 50 to go in Vietnam. So there's still more Al to bring. Anyway, those are the reasons why I'm very proud to be with Dr. Doe tonight. 1, his military career. 2, his medical career. 3, more importantly, the family that he has so proudly served. And 4th and finally, his Lord that he has served. Thank you very much.